Hey Anita, this is just a quick tutorial on how to use the Excel file that I'm also going to attach to the comic book project. With this email, you should have gotten the PDF version of the comic book hero and also a Word document with simple text. The reason I sent the PDF files is because the cool font that I attached with it. It's a cool comic book hero font. Anyways, so to use this Excel file, the way I did it with my class, I sent my kids to the computer lab. I uploaded this into their web lockers. I don't know if you guys have web lockers. I think it is a district-wide thing. I uploaded it in under our class, and the students were to type in all of their information, so the model's dimensions, the hero's dimensions, and the scale drawing dimensions. And this saved me a lot of time when it came to grading to make sure they were actually right or not. So just to explain it, this is what everything in the dark orange highlighted portion is what is actually measured out. So that's not being calculated. The hero's height, that's going to be everything that's in here. So the hero's height, the length of the face, width, etc. That should be in this column right here. This part is what they decided they wanted their hero to be. So in the project, the hero has to be a huge hero or a small hero. I found that smaller heroes were harder to calculate. So if you want, you could just tell them you need to make a big hero. So that's that part. And then the scale drawing, I told everybody just to make their drawing 20 centimeters. That's actually given over here. So what's the space that you're going to draw your hero in? I just thought it was easier if everyone just did 20 centimeters. But it's up to you. Everything else over here is all of the calculations that they do, including this one. This last one, while I'm at this page, is this part right over here, the scale drawing factor. I think I made a mistake with how I described it up here. I'm not too sure. Do I remember divide the hero's height by the area you're going to draw it in? Yeah, I said 2 and 3. It's the hero's height, which is number 1, by the space you're going to draw it in, number 2. But that's the only error up there. And then these calculations are on the 3rd page, right over here. So I did the length of everything over here, this entire column, after they find out using proportions what all of the x values should be. That should be this column over here. And then everything under the scale drawings part, after they divide by their scale factor, which they found on this page. After they divide by their scale factor, this should be their scale measurements over here. That's their scale drawing measurements over here. So I had them input all of that information into the Excel file. Then to grade it, all I did was I went to review, unlocked my sheet because right now it's locked. The students cannot click anywhere except for these highlighted boxes. They can't change anything. There's nothing they can do. To unlock it so you can grade it, I password protected it. I just put Holt because it was just the textbook's author, HOLT. Enter. And now it's unlocked. So now you can unhide all the columns. So there's a couple of hidden columns between D and J. Unhide them. And now this is how I used to grade it. There's also an unlocked row over here. So unhide that as well. Oh, I hid that. Whoops, unhide. Am I hiding? I keep on hiding them. Hold on. Alright. Unhide. Awesome. Alright. So, this should be the actual measurements of the comic book hero. So, I put in the formula. If they typed in everything in the correct spot, this should be the actual measurements for their hero. So, everything should be matching up pretty close. And this is actually a file from a student. This is the actual drawing measurements of the hero, what it should be. And you can see it over here. This is the scale drawing portion of it. And then this is the percentage. I assigned 4 points for every single one of these. And if you look at the formula above, the way I figured out the points, found out the difference between the two, divided by what the actual should be. So it's going to be a percentage. If it's within 5% of what it should be, then you get the full 4 points. If it's within 10%, between 5 and 10%, you get 3 points. Between 10 and 15%, 2 points. And if you're about 25% off, then you get 1 point. If you're not even 25% within that portion, then you get 0 points, basically. All right. And then the same, so it's 4 points for all of these. Oops, let me skip that. It's 4 points for all of these. And then to find the skill factor percentage, if this box matches this box, this is also calculated for you. It takes all the numbers that it needs to calculate it. If this box matches this box, then it's on automatic 6 points. There is no percentage difference there. If you want to add that in, that's completely fine. So that's a total of 70 points. This box adds everything all up together for you. And then that leaves 30 points for whatever you want to add up together. So I did creativity, neatness, the extra credit that I added in at the end was make up a story with your comic book hero. A lot of people did comic book heroes and comic book villains, so they associated with each other. And then the final grade is adding up the, everything that you have here, 70 and the 25, whatever. All right, so these two won't be there. You could just erase those two. But otherwise, that's how you use this comic book Excel file. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.